What's up guys, Cloudie here checking in from the America server, and today the chapter 10 patch has hit the server, so let's see what it has all in store for us. Now before I get to it, I want to point out that there is a new APK file for which I will have the link in the description, and there is also a new coupon code for which I will also put into the description. Now let's see what the patch has. We have new swimsuit costumes. You can see which heroes. You can check them out in game. You know, I'm not really a costumes guy, so moving on because that's not the interesting part, but this one is. Chapter 10 has finally been released. As you can see, there are many stages. I like the story. Not gonna spoil anything. Just wanna say that Mora is my new favorite tsundere, and I totally ship her with Klaus. But yeah, do play the stages, do check the story, I think they are pretty awesome. As expected, the new hero level cap will be 100, and you can get there after Transcendence 3. I did check, and if you have the highest level XP potions, it takes about a bit more than 2000 of them to get a hero from level 90 to level 100, so if you have been saving, it will be pretty easy to get all of your team up there. Stat-wise, it's about 10% increase both in like stats and like in skill damage on paper. I did some tests with like Seria on the dummy, and interestingly enough, it wasn't really much of a change. Like her S1 double combo was 143 mil at level 90 and 145 at level 100, which doesn't really align with the 10% extra stats really, but she always crits, so there is no crit variance there, and I was just queuing the skill up and it was pretty consistent over like several tries, so maybe the dummy is bugged or it just doesn't count that way. Yeah, so it's not really that much of an upgrade. Now, new legendary gear. This is not the Techno Magic gear set, but stuff that drops from these chapter stages. This is basically to give you Manticore gear, so to say, for Techno Magic content, so the stages and the raids. It works exactly like that, that it's slightly stronger in those areas. If you do not have good gear yet, then you can farm these in these stages. It's like 10-20 stamina per stage, so it's easily farmable. The drop rate is really good. So if you are stuck, maybe you can try farming for these. Moving on, of course, the new big thing, the Techno Magic raids, Galgoria, Siegfried and Escalon. Galgoria unlocks after clearing stage 10-9, the other two after 10-30. The new restriction to these raids is that the number of heroes per class is limited based on the difficulty you choose. You can see how this plays out. I was auto farming 3 on Galgoria because that's the item set I want for now, and that's the level I could clear with my heroes on auto pretty consistently. I could do stage 4, but there was a lot of wiping, so I switched to 3 instead. Clearing 3 right now at with the event bonus gives about 28 crystals, which you need for the Techno Magic gear, which is not a lot. And the drop rates were pretty bad. I have spent 6000 stamina, so around 60-ish runs, and I got 2 pieces of gear, guys. So one about 30 runs, which is not great, especially considering the costs of these items and how random they are. Let's see how that exactly works. So we have 3 item sets, Perseverance, Hope and Authority from their respective bosses, and they are divided into classes. So now you cannot share gear between, say, wizards and priests, not even accessories among each character. So for instance, if you get a mechanic orb, you can only equip it to mechanics, so that will be pretty hard to grind, and you need level 91 to equip them. Now one good news is that it seems Vespa has listened to the feedback of the players and changed the warrior set bonus for the Perseverance set to increase damage instead of attack, so that's pretty nice. Now Valence Workshop will show us how we can deal with the Techno Magic gears. Let's just go there, see what it all has. I really like the animation, and Valence is super cute. So identification, when you receive a new Techno Magic item, it will be unidentified. If you want to use it, you need to identify it. It costs about 500k gold. Not really a big deal. It's just that it's just a gold thing. But since we are getting so few items anyway, it's not that of an issue. If you just want to grind the items without checking them, you do not need to identify them. Moving back, Techno Magic Management, this is the more interesting part. There is enhancement. So this is like the Gear Awakening that we had with Jin, except it doesn't have a fail bonus and you do not need fodder items. but you need these gear upgrade stones. And the way it works is that when you grind one of these items, you get one of these stones, but it's limited to the class that you are grinding. As you can see, I did get rid of one of my knight items, so I have one of these, and this is shared among the item set, so you can use it for either of the sets, but it's limited to the class that you got it from. And meanwhile, the crystals are limited to the set that you have it from, so you can craft any class for it, but it's limited to that set. Now, Techno Magic Reforged, this is similar to how it works with unique treasures. We have two lines with set stats. They can be like 2 or 3 versions of the stat, and it works exactly the same way, except that you need Reforged tickets and you need crystals of that item set or gear set, and that's pretty steep. That's 300 crystals there just for one chance of rerolling. The rules for it are exactly the same as it was for UTs. Yeah, that's pretty old. Also, Vespa said that we cannot enchant these, but we can still put runes into them. So, And finally, we have Techno Magic Restoration. I cannot show this to you because you need a 5-star Techno Magic item to try and restore it, in which case you get an upgraded version of it called Reclaimed Item. This is about 20% better than the base item, so pretty big jump actually, especially over the previous tier items. For this you need like this experiment report item, which is a weekly quest. You can get it through a weekly quest, and there are some missions and other stuff that give it. Yeah, so we get 10 of them per week, and based on the screenshots in Vespa's previous post, you need 40 for them to upgrade an item, so you can do like 1 per month. I assume that it will be in the cash shop as well, but basically, because the items you get are so rare, I don't think this will be the limited factor, even if you farm a lot, because yeah, you need to just grind so many items. If you grind one item, you get like 100 crystals, and yeah, you just need so many to actually get an item up. And the final option is crafting. Now, you can craft either of the 3 sets. I can only do Galgoria now because I have only farmed crystals for these. You can see that right now this would cost me 1000 crystals and 1 million gold. But this would be then totally random in the Galgoria set between the classes and the type of items. And then I can select a filter. Let's say I want a wizard item. Then you can see the cost goes up to 2000 crystals and 3 million gold. And if I say that I already have 3 good gears for my wizard, I need a good earring, then I can select this filter as well. You can see that now I can only craft the base item, or with a low chance a reclaimed version of the item, but this will cost me 4000 crystals and 9 million gold. So I think now at the beginning of the game or the new update, the good part or strategy would be to pick the class of your main DPS and craft items for that one. You can actually clear the selection by doing this, and so you just click say wizard and craft items for the wizard class until you have a couple of items that are actually good for them, and then you can try and see if you can craft like a good earring for them if you did not get any good earrings. But yeah, the cost is pretty steep. Remember, stage 3, which I can farm with my fairly good team, gives me 28 during the event, and you need 4000 to craft a fully selected or filtered item, and 2000 to craft a not so full one. So yeah, that's gonna be a long farm, guys. We were worried that this would be hard on our gold, but seems we really overestimated the drop rate, because as low as it is right now, we won't be getting too much of it. Yeah, these are the stones that you can get for upgrading the items, and these are the 3 different crystals that you get from the respective bosses. And then this is the Techno Magic experiment report, which you need for the restoring or the reclaimed items. There are some new missions, Estelle stuff, and other new raid missions. They give some pretty good rewards, especially Estelle has there are some challenges like doing stockade and world boss and stuff like that, and there are daily missions. I really urge you to do your daily missions. Stage 6 of the dailies has protection of the God Kings, which is very, very nice to have. And yeah, here you can see all the extra rewards that you might get from it. So yeah, I urge you to do them. They are pretty good stuff. quite useful to have. Especially, as said, the protection of the God King is really nice to have. Now, since they recognize that we will be needing a lot of reforged tickets to get our lines up, now you can buy them from the Jin shop, but it will cost you 30,000 dragon coins, and you can get 5 per week. One note here is that the new raids will give you dragon coins, so you do not need to go back to actually farming dragons, but they do not count for the daily dragon clear stuff, so that's kind of weird. Okay, some changes to the team level, stamina settings, so that's like, yeah, not too interesting. And they have changed the portal, that they have removed all the icons from the edge of the screen, and now you have just the portal, which you can actually rearrange with this edit list button. So I kind of miss my old icons where I could just one click and go to like dragon raids or whatever, but I guess I'll get used to this as well, especially since I can arrange it the way I like, so stuff I use a lot will be more accessible. So not too bad. You can just click these links and then they will, or these arrows, and then the stuff will move around and you can just move them up or down. There is then some new accessories which you can buy from the shop, and the new statistic options where you can find out about, I guess, builds and gears and like team setups for various contents. I was trying to look it up for the new raids, but there was no information yet. Okay, and then there is the NPC shop that now you can buy items en masse, so you do not need to click them one by one. Okay, good stuff, I guess. They have added some new hero introductions for the main characters of the story, and we have received a new title screen and some new music to go with it, and of course changed the application icon, but that did not upgrade for me or update for me on my emulator. And then there are some bug fixes. So technically this is the patch. I don't want to go into the raid too much yet because we need to do some more testing. Some guys say that stage 5 is the most efficient farming spot, but obviously doing stage 5 is actually quite challenging. Remember, on auto I could clear 4, but it was a stretch. I died a lot, especially thanks to Seria and her dumb tier 5 dark. Yeah, not easy. So we'll see how that works out. We will be coming out with new strategies as soon, I'm sure, but yeah, I need to get there. Now there are some events. Let's see, there is one for farming dragons, 100, 150, or not dragons, the new raids actually, and so up to 200 times, and you can get these crystals and upgrade stones as a reward. These will be automatically sent to you if you are doing the raids, and they say it's not accumulated, so I assume you only get the highest version. The event 2 is a quiz, for which you need to go to this link. I will also have this post in the description. If you answer all the questions correctly, then there is some reward, stamina and reforged tickets, so that's not too bad. If you don't know the answers, then someone has already put them into the description below, or if you just want to double check if you got everything right. Not the description, but in the comments of the post, sorry. There is a login event, which gives more protection of the God King. Yeah, that's super cool. Remember that for this you need to log in and claim them on the event page in-game. And there is a new item here, which is the Unique Weapon Awakening Transfer Ticket, which basically lets you exchange a high unique weapon for another character's unique weapon. Let's say you have a 5-star Roy, but you no longer feel like playing Roy because he's no longer meta, and you want to try like Cecilia. You have a 0-star Cecilia. You can use this ticket to transfer Roy's 5-star unique weapon onto Cecilia. So Roy will go down to 0-star and Cecilia will go up to 5-star. Now they say that this only works until Hilda, but it can be used with NPCs too, also only in between NPCs, so you can exchange like Juno for May, but not for Hilda. So that's interesting. They say that the soul weapon upgrade will not be transferred, so if you had an A2 Roy and want to transfer his unique weapon, the unique weapon will go, but he will still be an A2 on Roy, and your Cecilia will not get the A2. That's what I assume, but needs to see until somebody actually tries. And then of course we have some increased drop rates for the new raids and some gear reforge discount, but I'm not quite sure why this is there, because the new reforge doesn't cost rubies, it seems. So before we go to the shop, we have some new wallpapers which are pretty nice. I really like them. Crow looks amazing, Hilda looks pretty cool, Theo looks cool. So I really do like them, and I generally keep King's Raid art, and I will definitely save this to my computer as well. We'll put the link to this as well into the description. Finally, the shop, I skimmed through it and there isn't really that much to see. I haven't seen anything that I really wanted. Just want to point out one thing. I never really advertise buying stuff. This one, however, is for gold. So you can get these for gold in game. I definitely urge you to buy this one. It's like 7 mil and you can buy maybe 5 of them. So yeah, you should buy it. It helps with upgrading your gears. It is only available for 5 days, so don't miss out on it. The rest is up to you if you want to get them or not. Oh, there is 10 of them. Okay. So if you are not super low on gold, I think this is definitely worth it because it saves you a lot of grinding. So yeah. And that's it, guys, really. Personally, I'm really liking the story so far. I've only done like the first 10 stages or like 9, so we'll get around to doing more of them. But now the emergency patch is coming up, or the emergency maintenance, so we'll have to go away from the game a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying too. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And for now, this has been Cloudie. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.